Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rob and thanks for joining us today. Here at the Campbell Chronicles, we love doing all things family, travel, and Disney. So if you value any of those, definitely consider liking and subscribing to our channel. We do have a lot of fun planned for you in the future. We got cruises, we got trips to Disney World, and so on. You're not going to want to miss out. Today we're going to do another dining review today. We're headed back over to Disney Cruise Line. We're going to review Animators Palate aboard the Disney Dream. This Animators Palate restaurant is a bit different than what we've done on the Disney Magic. They're just two different styles. Some people might say it's an upgrade. Without spoiling anything, I don't think it's quite an upgrade. I think there's just two different experiences with the same name, Animators Palate. So let's go ahead and get into this review. Today we're going to be reviewing 5 different subjects, and at the very end we're going to give it a total score of potentially 5 out of 5 thumbs up. We're going to be talking about theming, food quality, service, and we'll also be talking about dessert and pricing. Now, since it's a Disney cruise, pricing is actually going to be left out on this one because it's included already in the price of your cruise. So you don't really have to worry about pricing when it comes to this restaurant. Now, as we're going along giving these scores, if you agree or disagree, put it in the comment section. And if you find value, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Now let's go ahead and start with theming. As mentioned before, it's not the same theming as you get aboard the Disney Magic or the Disney Wonder. It's a little bit different. It's changed a little bit. As you walk into Animators Palette, you have those sketched figures, kind of like you would over at the Magic and Wonder, but it's a little different. It's just that one area. As you walk into the main dining area, all the seats look like Mickey's. You got wonderful, just massive paintbrushes filling the columns, and then there's just all kinds of color to look at. And on top of that, depending on when you eat there, there's a couple things that can happen. Most of the time when you eat at Animators Palette, you're going to have a wonderful character interaction from one of our favorite characters that you might not expect because it doesn't happen too often. You're actually going to be meeting Crush. Now, Crush, it's pretty cool. It's one of those talk with Crush experiences that you get very similarly at Disneyland California Adventure or over at Disney World and Epcot. So it's a very unique experience because it's a personalized experience. Crush talks to you. You get to have that experience. And depending on where you're seating, you might get chosen as a highlight and he will talk specifically to you. So that's kind of cool. And also while you're waiting, there's fun games that go up on these massive screens or tanks, if you will, where you got the moonfish that will do shapes and so on. So as far as theming goes, I'm going to give this 4 out of 5 thumbs up. Not because I didn't like it, but because we get that already. When we go to Disney World or Disneyland, we can talk to Crush already. It's really cool though, so that's why I'm only taking it down a point. So 4 out of 5 thumbs up I think is pretty deserving. Next, let's talk about that service. Now, aboard a Disney ship, aboard any Disney cruise, you're going to get some of the best Disney service you've ever had in your life. Each waiter has their own specific job, and they do a really good job of giving you the service without interrupting too much while they're making sure everything's going good. So, as far as service goes, I'm really not knocking this one down at all. 5 out of 5 thumbs up. Let's talk about that food quality. The food quality for Animators Palette, I'm going to be honest, it's probably my least favorite when it comes to the food out of all the main dining rooms. It was good food, but it was just good. It never really rose above or made anything super memorable for me. Now we're talking about the appetizers and the entrees more specifically here. We'll get to desserts in a second. This one we were able to enjoy some wonderful meals, and I ate out here twice, so I was able to try a couple different things aboard our back-to-back cruising, and again, nothing really stood out. If you would like to see our full dining experience, definitely click the link above. It'll take you to where we ate at Animators Palette. For now, I'm just going to give this one 3 out of 5 thumbs up. Lastly, let's talk about that dessert, okay? Dessert here, ironically, even though it was my least favorite entrees and appetizers, it had my most favorite dessert here. They had the icebox lemon pie, and oh my gosh, it was my favorite dessert. Second only to the pistachio cake that they had up at Apollo, but that's a different story. It was so good. And when I say second to, I mean it's like really, really close. It was delicious. So delicious that the next night we ordered it again when we were eating over at Enchanted Garden because it was that good. It really was. We loved it, and it was just, oh, I'm going to get it again. I can't wait to get it again. It's going to be amazing. While the icebox lemon pie was my favorite as far as the main dining go, everything else just wasn't that memorable. So we're going to give this one 4 out of 5 thumbs up. Now, if you're adding them all up today, guys, our total score is actually going to come to 4 out of 5 thumbs up for Animators Palette. The theming was fantastic. Again, something you could get somewhere else, but really, really good nonetheless. The service, stellar. The food quality needs some improvement, but as far as that dessert goes, Icebox lemon pie is where it's at, but the rest of the desserts were just okay. Now, I understand this is a personal preference. I will say this though, my wife, not a lemon fan, hates all things lemon, but I asked her to try this one and she did anyways, and she loved it. Would have never thought in a million years that Icebox lemon pie would have been her favorite, but so if you're not a lemon person, still give this one a try because it's a little bit different than most of the lemon desserts you'll ever have in your life. And even if it's just worth a little nibble and you don't like it, no big deal. They already have these things prepared and ready to serve, so if you don't eat it, then they're probably gonna get thrown out. So don't feel bad if you don't eat all your food aboard a cruise ship. That's gonna about wrap it up for us today as far as Animators Palate aboard the Disney Dream. What do you think about this experience? Is it a must-do, or do you skip it? Maybe go over to Paulo or Remy when it comes to dining at Animators Palate. I'd love to hear from you. If you found anything of value to today, hit that like button and subscribe. It really does help our channel out as we reach our next big milestone. We do have a bunch of plans for you in the future, from giveaways, cruises, Disney World vacations, and more. Definitely consider following us. We'll see you guys real soon, and remember, adventure is out there.